It's an astronaut. They're going into space. You don't have to look at the color. You can look at the fact that if I do this, this, and that, I can make it there.
So you said I was the first African-American woman in space. I was, in fact, the first woman of color in the world in space, which was ridiculous for me as a child who grew up with Apollo. We should have done much more. That expansion has happened. Victor Glover will be the first person of color to go to the moon.
There will be a period of about 40 minutes when you will be out of contact with the Earth.
That's when we will be closest to the moon, farthest from the Earth, but it also is a human moment, you know, and I would love for us to have a moment of togetherness, for humans to just go, hey, there's a part of humanity that's not in touch with the rest of us.
All right, let's get to the astronaut, because every time I play something about black folks, they get mad at me. Let me show y'all an example. It's funny, they get mad at me and they say I hate black people, but I'm black. I hate ninjas, right? I don't like ninjas. Black people don't claim them. Raise your kids right and they will grow up and be like this man. Roll the clip.
It is a big question, and I want to highlight, I guess, maybe one facet of this is the tension, I call it. I live in this, this dichotomy between happiness that a young woman can look at Christina and just physicalize her passion or her interest, or even if it's not something she wants to do, she can just be like girl power, and that's awesome. And that young brown boys and girls can look at me and go, hey, he looks like me and he's doing what? And that's great. I love that. But I also hope we are pushing the other direction, that one day we don't have to talk about these first, that one day this is just, and I listen to this, that this is the human history. It's about human history. It's the story of humanity, not black history, not women's history, but that it becomes human history.
Let me tell you why I love everything he just said. The brother encapsulated, see, he had a daddy in his life, or he had a mama and mentors that were in his life that helped him get to the point that he's at. It's not about color, but he's smart enough to understand that some people do see color and they're inspired to take the next step. But to continue to push it is wrong, right? When a young man grow up and see a black astronaut, it encourages young black people to say, look, maybe I can do this. Maybe this is something black people do. Maybe because my homeboy's telling me all I can do is play sports and do all this stuff. Why can't I be an astronaut? Obama pooed the bed when it comes to this. But like when you see a black man as the president, you go, we smart like that? We can be presidents. We can do anything in this country. So those firsts and some of those examples of black people doing well, even black conservatives, like people like, man, I really don't agree with these Democrats. Oh, that guy right there think just like me. We all ain't crazy Democrats. That has its place. A young woman who's dreaming to aspire to be a CEO. I don't recommend that often, but if that's what is in your heart and God is leading you and you believe God is leading you there, it is good to see that a woman can run a business. It inspires young women to do that. But you have to be able to compartmentalize. That means that you have to be able to say, yeah, that's cool to see a brother doing that. Yeah, that's cool to see a girl doing that. Yeah, that's cool to see a kid from my hometown doing that. Yeah, that's cool to see somebody from the U of A beating up ASU people. Like, that's cool to see that, right? We always are better than ASU. So whatever you do in life, make sure you're doing better than ASU students. But regardless of that. But then you also have to have a level to your wisdom and understanding to say, but at the end of the day, it's about the human experience. At the end of the day, it's good to see a black man as an astronaut. It's good to see a black man as an astronaut, but at the end of the day, it's an astronaut. They're going into space. You don't have to look at the color. You can look at the fact that if I do this, this, and that, I can make it there. Hope y'all understand me. All right. Love you guys. Let's get to the section, the critically acclaimed.